Good morning and welcome to my channel. This is Kathy's Corners, Seed in the Sand, and this is chapter 9 of Pause and Reflect. P-A-U-S-E instead of P-A-W-S. So pause means to take that shift, that rotation from being in the defense mode to becoming in more of an offensive, taking really good care of yourself, being on your A game, being ready for anything. Anything that comes your way, you're prepared for it. Um, that shift between between the defense and the offense. And like we talked about yesterday, we didn't really talk about the other team very much. We're just focusing on our team and working together as a team and um, being prepared and training and practice. All it is practice, and practicing doing it right the first time. So yeah, so that's what we were talking about through the last 8 chapters, and Phil kind of put a different perspective in it of that's kind of how it is when you're battling cancer. And, I mean, there's lots of different people with lots of different issues with illness and mental illness and all kinds of, suicidal thoughts and um, all kinds of different types of ways to see this. But it's like a game of life. It's back and forth. We have one team over here, the the black team, and one team over here, which is the white team, the black and white. And there's this huge spectrum in between, and it just keeps going back and forth, and it just weaves together. And it's a bump, a set, and a spike. And that bump is so important. That's why my coach was so intent on making sure that I got that bump the way where it was supposed to be. She was practicing, and she was giving it her all, and she was giving it, everything she had. And there were a lot of positive words behind those balls saying, "Come on, Kathy, you've got this. Come on, you've got this. You can do this." And maybe I didn't hear those words at the time, but I could feel that that's what she was, doing. That's what the practice was, to say, yeah, I can do this. For me to tell myself that I can do this. So, yeah, so now I'm that coach on the ladder, hitting the ball. And like Phil said yesterday, if you have a good team that blocks that hit, the spike that you're hitting, um, you have to kind of get a little creative and play the mind, not mind game, but play the game of outsmarting or tricking or hit them where they ain't type thing. And yeah, and make sure that the ball gets to where it's supposed to be. And you're going to go up against some really good teams, so you got to get really creative and really, um, um, what's the word? Kind of like a magic, um, like a magician. You just, you create something from nothing. And whether that be a hard hit or a little a dink thing, or um, different, maybe a soft hit, or a little up in the air hit. Um, you get creative when you're going against good blockers. And so yeah, so I thought that today was kind of a good way to wrap it up. Tomorrow we will finish this chapter, and then we will move on to another part of the game. We'll figure out where we're going to go next. But I really like that volley. I really like that back and forth, that interaction. And I'm telling you, when you see a volleyball team, a good volleyball team, a well disciplined volleyball team, a well coached volleyball team, they are happy. They are so happy and they are so positive and they are so like giving when someone makes an error. You know, they're so giving to each other. It's beautiful to watch. I absolutely love watching that. And just the mentality of, and softball too, there's a lot of that in softball as well. You know, just that encouragement and that positive, uplifting, really fun. They're having a lot of fun. They're having the time of their lives, and so yeah. So I thought that was very nice, and you know, it's a nice analogy to say, you know, your morning routine is kind of that practice of hitting the ball, being the coach, taking really good care of yourself, taking the best care of yourself that you can. Um, So the bottom card is the four of swords, and swords are kind of nice. I like swords because they cut through. You know, they just cut through it. They just say it like it is. You know, they just it is what it is. And this card, I kind of took it as it's kind of going into a retreat, into a meditation, into a prayer. So other people might have different meanings for it, but that's how I interpret it. And um, it's nice to go within and find out who we truly are and be that best player that we can be and bring out that positive mentality that says, you know what, I can do anything. I can bring it. I can bring it, and anything that comes my way, I will be able to handle it. So, all right. So today's card, I always like to pick cards, and this is a gold foil tarot deck. And today's card is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles um, is like a new beginning, a fresh start, a um, how do you know, like a new beginning. Um, let's just start over. I think that's what's nice about volleyball and softball too, is every time that a new batter comes up to bat or a new pitcher comes up to pitch, it's a fresh start. It's a new game. It's a whole new ball of wax. And I like that. I like that mentality of, all right, we might have lost that point, but we're going to be ready for the next one. We're ready, we're ready, we're ready, we're ready, we're ready. And my job as a coach for myself, my own coach, is to say, am I in the best shape, the best mental attitude, the the best. I put myself as a priority. I hope that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of this weave of a game that we have, and I really like that. So I hope you have a great day today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.